The Kevin Long Show is brought to you by The Swamp. You can find The Swamp at www.theswamp.com. There will be a link in the show notes. Music for The Kevin Long Show is The Entertainer by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. Royalty-free music as long as you give the dude his props. However, there is a legal thing in the show notes just to be safe. All right, it's that time of the week again. Time for the Kevin Long Show, and I'm your host, Kevin Long. And before we get into all the stuff that's happening, the show, I just want to take a moment and thank Rob and Martha Southgate, and Molly too. She's part of the business, or was part of the business. I don't know. Anyway, I would like to thank the Southgate Media Group for allowing me to be part of their family for 5 years. Now, it's not anymore. They disbanded the Southgate Media Group, and I am doing my own thing now. So, we'll get into that stuff in a minute when we talk about the business. But let's talk about the show now. 2 things I'm changing. I am no longer going to do stories from Hasbro or Wizards because, frankly, you can get those if you want them. You just Google. You can get Google alerts. That's how I kept up with stuff, even though I wasn't very good at it. And here's the thing. The things that I want you to know, you'll know. For example, in January, there will be a show about the expansion rules or extended rules, whatever they're called. After I get the book on January 25th, we'll do a show. That's what you need to know. When the next D&D setting, the next old D&D setting comes out, you'll know about it because I'll talk about it. And when the second new old setting comes out, we'll talk about it. So I just don't see the point in being like, oh, here's a story about this thing. And frankly, I don't play a lot of Monopoly games anymore. However, there are 2 versions of Monopoly I need to go get. One of them being Disney Villains. That looks dope. Okay, so we're going to talk about the business now. I really want to get buffers. That's one of the things we're going to talk about. I'm going to get some new equipment, hopefully, someday. Here's how you can help. I'm still going to do coffee because not everybody wants to give a monthly subscription to Patreon. So if you want, you can go to the link in the show notes for coffee, donate $3, $5, whatever. I don't think I'm ever going to set up the premium account to where I get to pick how much my donations are because, again, I tell people this on the street all the time. If there's a minimum requirement, it's not a donation. There was this monk one time that wanted to sell me a bracelet for $20. And I said, nope, if I'm paying $20 for a bracelet, it's not a donation. And that is true, my friends. If there is a minimum requirement, it's not a donation. So, and that being said, I think coffee has it set up that $3 is the lowest you could pay. If there was a way I could change it, I would. So what I just said doesn't necessarily apply because that's something the company did. But my point is, I won't do the premium coffee where I get to charge you or tell you how much your donation is for that very reason. I said Patreon. Yes, I did. We're doing a Patreon now where for $3 you can get the basic episode. That would be this one, episode 85, a few days early, maybe even a week. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I will try to get a recording done so you can have it a week early, but it might only be a few days. At the $5 level, you're going to get the weekly show, and I'm going to shout out people. Like, I haven't put that on the Patreon yet. Maybe I should. But you'll get shout outs. Every episode will have like a Patreon thank you portion of the show. So $5, you'll get that. You'll get bonus content. Rather it be extra videos, because at the $5 level, we're going to put our videos out early before we put them on YouTube. You'll get normal videos, bonus videos. You will get bonus content for Magic Monday. And then at the $20 level, I don't even remember, but I am adding a show that once a month I will sit down with Lilith Hellfire from Capes and Lunatics, and we will talk about sports ball, because that's something I've always wanted to do. So we're going to do it as a bonus episode on the $20 level. I've rambled and I don't remember everything, but it is on the Patreon. So follow the link in the show notes and check it out. And become a Patreon if you feel so inclined. Don't forget about TeePublic. If you need notebooks for your D&D writing, any of your other writing, they have those. And you can get them with really cool logos on them from The Swamp, The Kevin Long Show, Magic Monday. And I know I say this every time I do a podcast. I really need to start getting more stuff on there. And as we produce more content, we probably will. There's going to be a D&D game coming. So maybe I will get somebody to do art for the characters, and we will put those up as shirts. Again, whatever you want them to go on, they will go on, but we will have those images for your notebooks or your coffee mug or your bumper sticker or your shirt, whatever you want to put on there. All right. That is the business. I don't have a spotlight this week because we're getting back into it. I also don't have an eBay thing, but when I do shows, for example, at some point I'm going to talk about the basic D&D set, and I will go on eBay. I'll tell you how much they're going for. I might even put a link in to one of the buyers. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And we're going to do that. All right. Now, into the meat and potatoes of this show. I titled this episode, Wizards of the Coast, the hero we need, but not the one we deserve. And here's why. And again, oh man, I have mixed feelings. I really want to buy, and I am. I've already signed up for pre-order to get the gift set. And I'm going to buy the old and new settings, and eventually I'll have to buy the core rule books when they come out in 2024. But it's really hard because I don't want to give Wizards of the Coast my money. I don't. And it's not because they're woke or whatever. It's just because I understand that the changes they're making are a power grab. Well, not necessarily a power grab, but definitely a money grab. Definitely. And I knew it was coming. I've talked about it before. Whatever. That's not the point. The point is that we're not, we put way too much faith in Wizards of the Coast. A couple of weeks ago, there was this blogger or Reddit dude or whatever that created a list of wokeness. Got red, yellow, and green. Green means, according to him, those are the places you should be shopping at. Well, you probably wouldn't want to listen to this podcast because, according to him, we would be in the yellow section because we have done an episode entitled Don't Be a Dick. And that was one of the things on the yellow. You can maybe shop here, but they did one time say don't be a dick. And I don't understand why that would be a yellow. I'm not sure don't be a dick is woke. But Wizards of the Coast was on the red because they're one of the most woke companies in the world. Okay, fine, whatever. And everybody on Twitter wanted to be on that list. I'm like, you don't want to be on that list. First of all, those lists are dumb. Second of all, Wizards isn't perfect. And we need to stop putting so much trust and admiration into Wizards because here's the deal. And the banks are a perfect example. Once they become too big to fail, they don't care who they're screwing. Wizards will also reach that point. If we allow them to become so big they can't fail, they will stop listening to us. And when 6th edition does finally come out, it won't be the game we want to play. It will be what they want us to spend money on. So first of all, be happy that with 5th edition 5.5, they're asking us what we think. Because they're not always going to do that if we keep giving them more and more power. All right, now that I've been on that rant, I think I'm done. So, for me, myself, and I, mahalo, and have a great day. Again, thank you for listening to The Kevin Long Show. You can find us on Facebook at The Kevin Long Show. You can find us on Twitter at The Kevin Long SH1. Or you can email the show, thekevinlongshow@gmail.com.